What's up? It's Tuesday.
Yeah, we're here.
I think.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Do we all have the same shirt on?
Yes!
I didn't notice that until right
sure
this second.
Show them the shirt that...
13.
Yeah, it's funny.
Squad.
Oh my God.
Damn, I didn't realize it was just
We're a
accident.
gang.
Yeah. Show the shirt that's
Speaking of shirts,
yeah.
I just got a shirt. Sophie got me this shirt
It's
for
a
my
belated birthday gift.
And here it is. It just arrived today. And look at this, you guys. The Kittens of Mercy.
Yeah.
Feed me first, as always.
In case you guys don't know, that's actually a ripoff of an album cover by Sisters of Mercy, and it's called First and Last in Always. It looks just like that,
but with a kitty.
Except it doesn't have that fucking little kitty head on the fucking star. I don't think it has the star there at all. Actually, I think that
the star is behind the cat. Look.
Yeah, but on the album cover, it doesn't have that at all. It's just those two red things. But that's the Sisters of Mercy logo.
Remember, I haven't looked at that album cover in a long time.
That's pretty cool. Feed me first as always.
Right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's it.
Yeah. Pookie gets it. Pookie gets it.
So I'm so glad it came here just in time.
I still can't believe we all have the same T-shirt on.
Yeah.
We should have coordinated. Well, I was like talking to you before the thing started, and I didn't even notice.
You see, I make these things, so I got a bunch of different shirts, and to me, they're just like uniform work shirts. I put them on every day, you know. And I just put on whatever. I got like 5 or 6 different ones, and as I make new designs, I always rip like 4 for myself, because why not?
Well, yeah, because we got to order the blanks.
Got to order the blank shirts and everything. So
yeah, somebody said Percival release.
I'd be shocked if they didn't already have something like that.
That's kind of what, because like you were mentioning the Meow House one, like with the Meow House.
It came from Gothic Cat,
and
that's a really cool website. I'm in like their Facebook community and everything too. It's all like just got cats, a lot of black cats and stuff. So I'm all into that. But yeah, check out Gothic Cat. I think it's .net, and they have like all these shirts and. Like all rip-offs of old goth bands and stuff.
All right.
That's hilarious. Oh, also, while I'm doing shout-outs, I also want to say thank you to Justin for increasing his Patreon support. And also, we have a new patron, Logan.
I think cool. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it was just today. I think this might be the same Logan that like sends me PayPal donations every now and then. So thank you very much, Logan.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome
aboard.
Very much, Justin. That's super awesome.
Yeah, and once a quarter, we'll send out a shirt. I send out a shirt to everybody.
Yeah, well, we try to do it once a quarter.
Sometimes it gets delayed.
Sometimes it's just like 2 or 3 times a year, but we try to do it every so often.
Yeah, when the pandemic first hit, I think we missed one, or it got delayed a couple months.
Yeah,
but
definitely
some people, depending on how long they've been with us, I sent 2.
Yeah.
Instead of 1 for them. Depending on where they are, but that's overseas too.
That reminds me too. I got somebody commented on my birthday show, like that we did Saturday.
Yeah.
That they wanted a shirt and they sent $20. His name was Judd Moust, I think.
Never got with.
And then they never got back to me with like their size or their address or which design they wanted. So if you're still out there, if you're listening, like let me know and I'll send you a shirt.
Right. So, can't send it unless we don't know. We don't have your information.
Right. Exactly. Well, like, where am I going to send it to?
Yeah.
I can't just put it in the mail and just wander around forever.
Lawn crews out there mowing, so you guys are going to hear.
Yeah. So if you guys hear any, wow, that's what that is. It's just like the fucking lawn because they're like, hey, they're recording. And our neighbor is like doing lawn. I don't know what the fuck he's doing over there. They don't even have that much lawn.
Somebody says, hey there, Alex, Sophie, and Jenny. I'm not Alex. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He's saying hello to Alex in the comments.
Yeah, but not you.
okay. You're not saying hello to me.
You just get shoved out of here.
Well, we're a lot cuter than you, so.
Yeah. He's in there flirting with Alex, though.
Is Alex a girl?
I have no idea. Probably.
I don't know. I don't think.
Probably.
I never thought about it.
Yeah.
All right. So we actually ended up watching another brand new movie last night. Although I think the copyright said 2018, but everywhere it's like just got released this year. And this was a thriller called Alone. Now, when I looked this up, this is actually playing in some theaters as well. Like, not our Altamont Springs one, but I think it's playing at Fashion Square Mall Theater. So it is playing at some theaters, but it's also playing at VOD at the same time. So I guess they dropped it around the same time. Because this, like, just came out. So this is basically a survival thriller, I would call it, I guess. And I found out later, too, that this is a remake, like an American remake of a Swedish movie called, and I know I'm pronouncing this wrong, called Förstvunnen.
Whatever that means.
Which it means gone.
Okay.
So yeah, that was made back in 2011, and I guess this is like, and the screenwriter was the same. Like, so the Swedish guys, because we were confused because we rented it from the Xbox and it was in the foreign category. And we're watching it going...
Yeah, I'm like, this is in English.
I'm like, it's in English. Everyone's, it's like, is it Canada? Like,
yeah,
they don't
I thought it might
like
have been Canada.
It's not. It's Oregon. It was shot in Oregon.
So where'd the foreign thing come in?
Because I guess the screenwriter is Swedish and it's based on his movie. Okay. Swedish movie, so it's like a remake.
All right, now this one is actually a good movie.
I think we all liked this one.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
It's getting 4 out of 5 stars on Xbox. It's a very traditional, linear fucking survival horror story. Kind of like, it kind of reminded me of a mixture of a couple movies. It started off, it kind of reminded me of Duel. Remember when the truck driver's trying to kill the dude in the car? It kind of reminds me of that. And then it ends up, this woman's being stalked by this damn stalker. At first I thought there was going to be some kind of a trick to it. I go, how much I bet this is the good guy, he's not the bad guy. Nah, it turns out he's the bad guy. But he's stalking her and trying to abduct her, and then he ends up capturing her, and then she escapes and runs out into the woods, and he hunts her down. So then it ends up starting to be kind of like Predator. And I said, man, it's like Predator. And
I was like, the sexual predator.
Yeah, she goes like the sexual predator. And I said, yeah, it's like the sexual predator.
It's the sexual predator.
The sexual predator should be the name of the fucking movie.
Because she's running through the jungle. It looks like the jungle.
Yeah, it's like the kind of like she's in a forest and fucking. Anyway, very linear story. Very fucking driving. Pretty exciting. But yeah, no real surprises in terms of like, there's no real, what do you call them? There's no spin.
It's not real twisty or turn. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. Like I said, it's not the most original premise, obviously, but
it works.
Yeah, I thought like the suspense of it was really well done. The main character, her character name is Jessica. She's played by Jules Wilcox. I think she's on Bloodline, which I think is a series on Netflix that I've heard a little bit about. But so she's basically at the beginning. She's moving away. You don't find out why till later. She's had like a family tragedy, and I guess she's moving out, or she's going to go stay with her parents or something like that. And it's like a 4-day drive, right? She says. So she has all her stuff in a U-Haul. Yeah. And then she starts getting followed by this creepo who looks like fucking William H. Macy's character from Boogie Nights, like with the big fucking porn stash and stuff.
Yeah,
and like glasses. The big stupid glasses.
Yeah, the guy does a great job at this character, though. He does a good job.
He's super creepy. I don't know if he has dentures on or if his teeth are just really that creepy naturally. Or if he just decided he was...
I didn't really notice any teeth.
He's like, I'm going to pull my lip back a little bit and make it like...
He's like the quintessential... Basically sexual predator, though.
Yeah,
I mean, he looks like what you'd imagine.
If he had been driving like a windowless white van, he would have just like ticked all the boxes.
Yeah. The whole kind of movie kind of reminded me in total. It kind of reminded me of a Crussell movie called Breakdown. Remember Breakdown?
Yeah, it was a bit like that.
Kind of reminded me of if you like.
We reviewed it a while back.
Yeah, if you like Breakdown, you like this one.
Yeah. And you're not the only person that compared it to Duel, too, because it's kind of divided into like 5 chapters, like different places that happen. Because this guy's like kind of stalking her because she's like, on a long road trip, like on her own. Yeah. And so at the beginning, it's very much vehicular, like someone's like following and still. One thing that I really liked about this movie, because I like thrillers and I watch a lot of them. But and horror movies too, but it's like, obviously, a lot of horror movies and thrillers have people doing really stupid shit, and everyone's just sitting there going, what are you doing? Why would you do that? And the thing that I liked about this movie is that she didn't really do that. She didn't really do anything overtly dumb. I mean, she did pretty much...
a couple of things that I was like, ooh, you should speed that along. Like, she waited too long here and there, but overall...
but it was, like, understandable. It's like, she didn't do... Because, there was one scene near the beginning where the guy's, like, obviously trying to block the road, and he's, like, acting. He's doing, like, some Ted Bundy shit. He's like, oh, help me, and all this other stuff. And I feel like in a lot of thrillers, the lady be like, okay, I'll give you a ride. But this lady's like, nope. Bye. You know what I mean? So it's like, and she calls the cops when, most people would call the cops. Just, she doesn't do anything like overtly stupid. Yes, she takes a little too long to do some things, probably because she's scared. But I didn't really get a sense that she was just doing anything completely idiotic, which was it was refreshing.
On the victims rating, she gets like an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's pretty good. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a very simple story. Basically just woman gets stalked, kidnapped by creeper, and then has to like struggle to survive, and that's pretty much the entire movie. But it's so well done. It's like really suspenseful. That's really all we can say about it. And it seems to be getting like really good reviews. It seems.
Well, I can say a little bit more about it.
Okay.
The movie doesn't make mistakes. A lot of the common mistakes you'd have today. It does not try to get into too much explaining shit or telling you shit. It has very little dialogue, really. It's just showing you what happened.
Not a lot of backstory either.
No
like a little bit, but
a little bit for her, like none for him.
Doesn't really need much anyway. It's better to leave certain things fucking unexplained. I liked it. I liked it because it wasn't dialogue heavy.
And the thing about it too is that pretty much, and particularly women, and I'm sure men too, but like pretty much any woman that watches this movie can identify with that character because everybody's had something similar like that happen. Like you think you're being followed or some weird creeper is like, looking at you funny or something like that. So I feel like you don't need a lot of character development, or you don't need a lot of like unnecessary exposition to kind of get into her shoes and get into, because everybody can relate to that situation.
I think there are only 3 characters that you see in the movie. Maybe.
Yeah, her, him, and one other.
And a hunter. That's it.
And the hunter.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, wow, I never really realized
Who's played
that.
played by the guy that played like the douchey head of the asylum in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
That guy. What the fuck's his name? Alex Heald? I want to say his last name is. Yeah. He was in Silence of the Lambs because he had a brief thing in it too. But yeah, I don't think you hear other people's voices like on the phone, but I don't think you see anybody else. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. So it's 3 characters.
Yeah.
So this movie probably cost nothing to make.
Budget.
Very low budget.
Yeah, but it had suspense. It had action in it. There's action scenes and everything. Different kinds of action scenes. It's good. Real good.
Yeah, I liked that it kind of like it moved from location to location, you know what I mean? Because it was kind of like an extended, like several day ordeal,
Yeah, and the lead character is female, but she's kind of the hero of the whole thing. You got to root for her to try to make it through this, and she's not really. It's not one of those kind of like Italian movie type damsels in distress where she just sits there and lets the zombie eat her. It's not
she's
really
already in like a stressed emotional state,
Yeah.
so I think she's already kind of like, she's not ditzy or anything like that. She's just trying to move. So
Yeah, but she does run. She runs. She fights. She figures shit out.
She does like what a normal person would do, and she's not, and it's not like unbelievable in the sense that she's super badass.
Yeah, she's not cutting backflips or anything.
She's just a regular.
She's just a regular person, and I think that really helps too. Like she doesn't really want to risk like messing with firearms and stuff if she doesn't know how to do it, and like what I mean. So she does try to like do things and get one over, but she's not like you said, she's not doing cartwheels and like kicking people and knocking them out.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah. In like the second phase of it, when she's doing the jungle survival or the forest survival shit, it kind of reminds me of a cross between like the Predator and like something out of The Most Dangerous Game.
Yeah.
Where he's hunting her like she's an animal. It's pretty interesting. Pretty good. Pretty good.
And I really the end of it was like pretty brutal, like the way they did it. It's that, like I said, it's not like real overdone. It's not or anything like that. It's a lot more realistic.
It's realistic, kind of, yeah.
And I think when it got to the end, I was just like that last kind of battle. I was just like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I was getting all into it.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good example of how you take just kind of a small budget movie and still like execute it real well. It had a real good score.
Yeah, well, I like the score wasn't over the top, which I liked about it. It wasn't like wasn't like a real like this. Oh, this is a scary moment. Like you know what I mean. It wasn't like that.
And
it was just
the I guess you could say kind of like the format the movie's told in is very much The Shining, like Kubrick. With the fucking dates and what's happening next. Remember that? There'd be like a...
Yeah, the opening sequence was very
much like The Shining.
I thought. Like, not real overtly, but in a way that was... You could tell they were kind of homogynous.
Yeah, and like when the day would progress, it would show you what date it is. Boom. And didn't it say give it like a title chapter?
Well, like, it was in chapters. It was like in 5 chapters, like the river and the clearing.
Yeah, that's right.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
The basement or whatever that was.
But it felt fucking very Stanley Kubrick, very Shining. It was good. Real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also cool because, like, you follow her and you don't get, like, in some movies like this, they'll do these cutaways to, like, the police's point of view or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you're, like, kind of seeing, like, oh, they're hunting this dude or whatever. Like, you hear her talking to people. You said she'll call 911 and stuff, but there is, all you're following is her. So you don't really know what's going on outside of that. It never leaves that action sequence. Like, it's kind of one long, continuous.
Right, just just that one third person view on her. That's it.
There's no cuts to, like, anybody else's perspective or anything like that.
Or even the killer's perspective. They don't really go into his... Like, she, like, sees him doing things, but they don't explain why he is the way he is, or when they don't show... anything that's going on outside of his life. Like I said, they don't even really... There aren't even any flashbacks in it, are there? I think you just find out...
a little bit with her...
like,
camera, her videos.
Yeah, she had a video that he was watching and stuff like that.
But that's about it.
But that was... Yeah, they didn't do, like, any kind of cheesy, like, I had a nightmare about the family tragedy that befell me and I'm all messed up and everything. So that was... I thought that was good that they kept that. It was very, like, minimalist.
Yeah.
And I thought that like really worked in its favor. Like I said, it's not a super original premise. Obviously, there have been a lot of movies like this, but I just thought it was really, really well executed. And it just goes to show that you don't need like a bunch of extraneous kind of crap like to get into a character and get into the movie and like actually like be riveted to until the end, like to find out what's going to happen.
You don't even really need a new or you don't even really need a new story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just do it well.
Yeah.
This I mean, because there's no such thing as a new story.
Yeah, they're all been done.
Everything's been done pretty much, as sad as that is. I mean, I could be wrong about that. Maybe somebody can think of something completely original, but I would be very surprised.
We got 5 lifetimes of fucking good of movies out there. Most of them shit.
Yeah.
But there's some good ones too. So, you know what I mean? You're never going to be able to come up with something 100% original. Even if you come up with an original idea, certain scenes in that movie are going to be like, yeah, that's a scene out of another movie.
Well, because everybody's influenced by stuff that they saw, even if you don't remember it.
Right.
Because I've done some shit. Do you know what I did a few years ago? Like, I drew, like, something, and this was a while back, but I drew, like, this picture or whatever. And I was like, oh, that came out really nice. And then, like, a year or two later, I was, like, flipping through this really old book, and there was a picture in there that was almost exactly like that one.
Right.
And it was, like, a book that I must have seen when I was younger. And it must have just, like, made an impression on me enough that so I just thought it was, like... So I think that kind of happens a lot. This was directed by John Hyams, who I think he also did that series, Black Summer, the zombie series. Didn't we watch that? Or did we start watching it? It sounds kind of familiar. I remember that being pretty good, too. But yeah, so like I said, this is on VOD. You can rent it. I think it's also playing in some theaters. At least it was playing in a couple of theaters around Orlando.
We got ours off Xbox One.
Yeah, we just got off ours. I think it was $6.99 to rent it.
Yeah, $6.99.
So yeah, it was like really good. And like I said, it seems pretty highly rated. And I can see why, because it's just very simple. It's just very creepy, suspenseful. And
nothing pissy off about it. It's just normal.
Yeah, it's just like a really riveting like story where you're just like rooting for this girl to like get away from this psychopath, you know what I mean? So all right, so that'll do it for today's. We'll be back again tomorrow, probably do another new or newish movie. So we'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by as always, and bye.
Bye.